Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. Excuse me. I am continuing, in the absence of any combining, I am continuing to work on the open collab organized by Meg at Chasing Retro. And today, the thing I'm doing is stamped ephemera. So I had thrifted a number of stamps, and they were just sitting in a container off to the side, waiting for the day that I could, try them out, see if they were all, that particular batch was all wood mounted. And, I wanted to, at some point, check them out and see if they were any good. And I was pleasantly surprised. Now, this is just quite unattractive, cheap, thrifted scrapbooking paper. So basically, it was a 12 by 12 sheet, and I just stamped as many images across the paper as I could. And because it's a really reliable stamp, what I had used was let me just find it, Stays On Royal Purple. Now, that same snotty shop owner, scrapbook store owner, also kind of scolded me at one point about Stays On actually ruining stamps. And of course, she didn't explain how or why or whatever. But I did make it my business to clean the stamps off after I had used them. So essentially, this is what I got out of that 12 by 12. So I tend to like stamps that have people in them. So I was happy to see that that one was good. Now, I don't know yet what I'm going to do with these things, but they all turned out well as far as I was concerned. So that's that. I also had two pieces of scrapbook paper that I had picked up at a thrift store. And I thought, oh, what a lucky break. Look, I got these polka dots and I got this nice little print. Not realize, oh, my hands. I was dying again this morning. Not realizing that the backs were like somebody had used that scrapbooking cardstock as a place to probably do a school assignment or something. So I thought, well, that's okay. I will use the side that is good. Now, some of these small ones, like One of a Kind, or those tiny little bees, I thought, well, they'll probably, either become part of a snippet or who knows. So that didn't really matter. This one I should have backed. Anyway, I like that one as well because it's kind of scrolly and so on. And of course, it seems to work out that I picked purple on these things. This pocket watch is beautiful. The first one I did, I didn't do such a hot job on. Anyway, I backed these. I left a bit of a little white mat around it. But really happy with, I really like clocks and watches. So, hey, that reminds me, I still haven't tested the stamps that Angela gave me. Or no, did I buy them or did she give them? I can't remember. I think I bought them. So I have those to check. And then, of course, after the fact, I also found some others that I had acquired, but they're the Klingon stamps. Anyway, that's kind of beside the point, I guess. So there are those. I did the whole 12 by 12 sheet, so obviously I got a lot of stamps. This is also a really nice one, and I backed all of these things. The ones that I didn't back, like this one, for instance, I thought could be a pocket. Left some room on the side to do additional decorating. So this is kind of just more of the same. Two different designs here. You can see that depending on how I space them out, you know, the cards are either wider or narrower. But still lovely. And we know that green and purple do work well together. Here's that same scrolly one, and then this just single flower of some sort. So then I thought, well, okay, this is, I mean, these are great. They're bases. They can be used. They can be tucked into pockets. They can have a tab or something attached to them. Great. But what about the others? I mean, was that really, that wasn't particularly imaginative. So I looked at a pad of, oh, and I still have it here, actually. I guess at some point I paid $2 for this pad of paper. It's so seldom that I can actually show you something like this because most of the time it's loose sheets. Dina Designs, Paper Boutique, Deluxe Scrapbooking, Simple 1, 2, 3. Now, of course, this is laid out as though you were scrapbooking with it, I gather. We're doing 12 by 12 spreads. You know, plunk something there, write something there, and you're done. But I thought, well, why can't, I mean, the paper, the designs, and the mixing of patterns is something that I'm trying to get more comfortable doing, especially if the patterns are, if there are multiples. Like here, there's this, polka dots, this stripy one, this scrolly little border. You know, this is not something that I really gravitate to doing as my first line of attack. So it seemed to me that this would be a good paper to play with. So I pulled out a few sheets and I stamped these other images. Now, if I would have realized it at the time, this lady here that's picking something up, a shell probably, I should have included her. I should have reused this stamp on this nicer paper. As it was, I've got these three poses. So reading, wildflowers and butterflies, and sitting on the, I don't know, probably the edge of a boat or something because she's got her feet in water. This would have given me more options, but I didn't realize that till just now when I'm showing this to you. So, on these, I just randomly, like first of all, I started cutting them out like this, and I'm thinking, well, that's fine, I guess, but now what? So then I started randomly leaving some of the borders around it, thinking, well, I'll tell you why in a second. So these were surplus, so naturally I will still do something with them. So, you know, it's probably unfortunate that I made such a sharp crease there, but I could probably unfold this and still do something different with it. I should probably unfold all of them, actually. So I still have these to work with. And incidentally, I finally, yeah, I have a binder that I can see from here labeled Stamped Images. So in it, I have page protectors and these sorts of things that are not complete. Like they're just, you know, if you're pulling out your stamps and your ink, you want to make it worth your while and get a few things done. So more than likely, I will put that there. But the thing I'm most happy with is, you know, me and accordions, me and concertinas. So I decided that I had a variety of images. The paper's all sort of coordinated. Why don't I put together a concertina? So, well, I guess I'll show you panel by panel. So I chose this for the cover. These were still some of the sentiments that I had found that I had cut out probably 10 or 15 years ago, and they were just waiting, I don't know, for a vision board or something. This was a fussy cut in my flower department. In my flower department. Here's one of those new tags. These I had fussy cut ages ago. I had turned up some of the panels, and that's why I had some of these folded, because I was thinking, oh, if I end up using this one on the other side, that can be an upper tuck. So didn't do any stamping or anything at the background, and I thought that because there's a fair bit of white, I'm not bothered by the white. I love this one because I think that's such a perfect sentiment. Introspective you. Now I have a tiny little tuck spot here, but then I think I had to disguise something there, and so I just tore some of the border. Now I still have all of this to use, but it won't be hard using these things up because they're so darn attractive. So these are just, I remember years ago I bought somebody's digital kit on orchids. This was an old, out of an old flower book, more digitals. And again, these are just paper thin, but I don't know what I'm doing with this. It's probably not going anywhere. It's probably just a prototype and a cute thing to look at. And I wouldn't be inclined to back this anyway, simply because, and I've said it before, if I wanted to write a letter right this minute, or a note, or a page in my planner, I would be writing on a single piece of paper using, you know, just a pen and copy paper weight, like printer paper, so to speak. So why do we feel the need to back every single thing? Added, you know, just little scrap pieces to make tabs. So that is how that side looks. Then, believe it or not, this was off the brim of a ball cap. And in fact, there was another part of it looked like a mirror image of it. Anyway, so I thought she was lovely. This was just one of the florals off the page, and I used some fussy cut flowers. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now this, I used a strip of the paper and turned it into a belly band. And I thought, oh, because I was looking at my flowers by this time, I thought, oh, that carnation would sure be nice. But of course, I couldn't risk a single book page weight there, because of course those little, you know, things would be just excellent places to catch things on. So I ended up having to fussy cut it back it and then fussy cut it again. Like if you love fussy cutting, there's nothing more exciting than doing it twice on the same item. And then here was just a little pocket. I thought that stabilizing this, what ends up being the front cover, was a good idea. And then because on this project, what I did, and I don't know where we can really see it, but in each case that I had a bit of a tab, either white or printed, that I used to glue to the next panel. So that's why some of these vertical decorative things needed to be there. I don't know, can you see that ridge there through, oh no, that ridge is because of that, sorry. Well, yeah, that ridge is there because this green tab belongs to this page. I don't know if that's making any sense. This green thing belongs to this, and it's holding that panel together. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I either need to put more in these pockets, or, I don't know, things keep falling out, but they probably won't get handled as much as something must have come out of somewhere else. Oh. And because, okay, I had folded up these pockets, different widths, different whatever. This is just tiny. Because in the beginning, I just, you know, kind of had that much to work with, you know, basically 5/8 of an inch. And then I thought, well, why don't I be a little bolder with my pockets? So I had pockets, but then here is where I had to do a little repair. So then when I glued this little torn piece down, obviously that reduced the size of this tuck spot by, you know, 1.5 inches or so. Anyway, despite those things, I think it's pretty darn cute. And I will add it to my collection of, I guess theoretically this really isn't considered ephemera, although I guess it would be skinny enough to put into a journal. But yeah, I had fun doing this and used up some stuff that has been sitting here in my stash forever and a day. So I was pretty pleased to have that done. Probably the next thing you're going to see me do are the altered paper clips. Now I do have the index cards or Rolodex cards, you know, partially done. But if you've watched other videos of mine, you probably know that I've driven myself slightly around the bend, because at one time I knew how to do hidden paper clips, but then, of course, you know, use it or lose it. Forgot. And anyway, I must have been complaining about that in a video. Oh, I didn't do... Oh, yes, I did. I was going to say, I didn't do a video on the children's ephemera. But while I've got you, let me show you what I did after the camera stopped rolling. Some of this you would have seen. Whoops. You don't need to see a turkey. I had this tool kicking around. I had done some coloring of the images with my little Staedtler pens. I think you might have seen this one. After the fact, oh, I meant to do some more coloring, but didn't get back to it. I kind of made this rosette and used a brad and some of that velvet. This was also kicking around, and it's not a ribbon that I like, but it's, I thought what better way to use it than on something kid-like because of all the colors. Now, when I go back and color this, I will pick up some of those colors so it seems like I had a plan. Nothing there. Did some coloring on this one. I thought just sticking with the primary colors would be kind of cool. I imagined that little sailor suit would be in blue. Just did a wee bit of coloring here. Did this one. I like how the throne turned out because it was, don't know if I have it here or if it's back with my other pens. Anyway, not sure you saw this one. And then this one, oh yes, here's where I used part of that little fiber, where I'd done that I'd posed the question to you. Do I save that little scrap or do I throw it away? And with the exception of one person, everybody said keep it, of course. So that's where I used it, and I think it worked perfectly there. So yeah, I'd done some doodling. I don't know. Am I going to color that guy's outfit or not? I don't know. Anyway, that was unexpected, but now I've shown it to you so I can finish this or put it away or do something. Anyway, guys, if you're not doing this challenge, it is, or this collab, it is a lot of fun. And I think you'll be happy with the sheer quantity of stuff you make. Even if maybe, you know, the quality isn't right up there, because some of these items are not truly finished yet. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. If you're the praying kind, perhaps you'd like to pray for some good weather so harvest can begin and I can stop worrying about that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already done so, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe. Of course, I love to see comments and thumbs up and the engagement that happens through your comments. Anyway, take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.